Well, hello, welcome back to my kitchen. We're doing a series of videos on how much do I have for dinner, because I don't always know how much I have. I'm on a fixed income, and if something pops up, well, the first thing to go is the fun money, and then the food budget gets slashed. So I have the kids picking out numbers from 3 to 20, and they are deciding how much I have for dinner that evening. I will be shopping my pantry and my freezer first because it doesn't make financial sense to go spend money when I have it. And I will use whatever the current price I can get that item for in my area. So if I'm using a name brand sauce and I got it at a ridiculous price, I'm going to use whatever sauce or the price of whatever sauce I would use at that time. Maybe I would use Great Value, it's on sale. That would be the price I will use for that item. I won't use prices on things that I would never clearly use, but things that I would use. So she's gonna pick this out, we're gonna shop here, then we'll supplement, and that's what we're gonna do. Flapping my gums. What do we got?
$17.
$17, show it to them. Okay, all right, so we're gonna shop the pantry, we're gonna shop the freezer, and then we're gonna shop the store, if we have to. Let's go. Hello, it's me again. So what did we decide to do with our budget? Well, we searched and we thought, and we decided this is what we want for dinner. We want Philly cheese steak, tater tot casserole. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Let's go. All right, here's everything you're going to need. Ground beef. Now it calls for 2 pounds. I'm gonna do 1.5 pounds, but what I'm gonna do to cut the cost for me is a full pound of ground beef, 1/2 pound of ground chicken. You're going to need some cheese, which is in the background. You're gonna need an 8-ounce block of cheese. I have a big bag, I'll take out 8 ounces. You need a bag of tater tots, onion, green pepper, brown gravy, and the mushrooms. My freebies will be the Worcestershire sauce, however you say it, salt and pepper, and whatever spices I figure out I need along the way. First things first, let's get that diced up. So that's all chopped up. I didn't chop up all of the pepper. It was a pretty big pepper, so I left some of it out. And whatever I left of the onions, extra piece I have here, always save those. I know it's scraps, but it helps. It helps when you want to make broths and things like that. You use that, gives great color and flavor. Okay, off of my soapbox, onto the frying pan. That's funny, off the box into the pan. All right, so let's move on over here. Moving on over. Move over your dog. The big old dog's moving in. Okay, so I'm gonna open up the meat and stick it in here. I can't believe how cheap this meat was. It's ridiculously cheap, and I'm going back to that store again. I didn't know that store existed. I know now. It's a bit of a ride. It's about it's about a 1/2 hour. Hold on, let me open this. It's about a 1/2 hour from my house. So I don't know that I would get frozen unless I brought a cooler with me, but yeah, the prices were phenomenal in there. Not everything. There's some things I was like, what? But not everything. So what I'm gonna do to stretch the budget, I do it all the time. It calls for 1 pound of ground beef or 2 pounds of ground beef. I have to make Eric's meals separate from ours. Usually I budget his stuff separate from the actual food budget. I don't mean the main stuff. I mean I have a separate budget alone for the special cheeses and the special milk and things like that. So I do have it in the budget to add a little extra in with this one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add ground chicken to the ground beef. Ground chicken can't defend itself. It takes on the flavor of whatever it is that you're cooking. I'm not really sure if I want to do the whole pound, but I definitely want to do half of it, so that when it gets time to make Eric's, there's plenty of meat to go around. So, onward, forward. All right, so I'm gonna start browning this up. I don't even have the pan on. I'm over here banging my gums. So that's gonna get to browning, and then we'll add the onions and peppers. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Eric's food is because he's got a lot of food allergies for a young man. Some of them are going away as he gets older, but not all of them. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead on and booyah. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so we're mostly browned up. And this meat I used was 85.15. We're going to add the green peppers. I'm just gonna put them in about a minute or two ahead of the onions, because they don't take as long to cook. See, I'm glad I didn't do that whole. I mean, I know it cooks down, but. All right, well, let them soften a skosh. All right, so they softened just a tiny bit. And go to the onions. I almost thought I had too much onion there, a piece of the onion grass part. All right, I'm gonna let those soften. This is my little secret ingredient. I add some liquid smoke. Not a lot, a little bit goes a long way. Just a little bit. And now we're gonna add some W sauce. I use this no-name brand because a lot of them say could have milk, engineered on a place that had milk, so I can never trust it. So you're gonna add about a tablespoon or not. This is optional. So I'm just gonna squeeze it in because we like it. All right, give that a good mix. And that also helps the chicken start tasting more like beef. I mean, I'm sure some adults could tell the difference, but my adults don't care, and my kids don't care, so. So to this, we're going to add some mushrooms. Now, this is also a take it or leave it kind of a thing. It calls for a small can, but I had a large can. So I charged myself for a small can, and I'll use just a little bit out of this can. That's all. It's still to about right there. You see? Right about there. I didn't even use half the can. The can. You know, I said, that weird? Not everybody is a mushroom lover in this house, so I kind of go a little bit skimpy on the mushrooms. Break them up in here, because I like them. It's a 50-50 mix. Half of us like it, half of us don't. Now that I have this in here, almost looks like clams. You're going to add a pack of brown gravy mix. Again, I use the dollar store brand because why? It doesn't have any milk, or could have milk in it. Brown beef. I mean, brown gravy. I said ground beef. Brown beef. And a cup of water. Now we're going to give that a good old-fashioned mix. Oh, I smell the Worcestershire sauce and everything in here. Okay, so we're going to get our 9x13 out. I'm going to give this a minute while it warms up in here, just for a few minutes. Let it, you know, absorb the flavors into the meat a little bit. All right, so let me get my pan out, reconfigure, and I'll show you how to finish this up. Nearly forgot. A little bit of mustard, salt and pepper to taste. Not much. I'm not a salty kind of a person. Okay. that mustard that gives it a little kick in the background. I don't know how authentic my dish is, but I bet you if I tasted it, I'd be saying, yummy. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, so here's Eric's casserole dish. Still got some water in it. And here's ours. You need a 9 by 13. I think mine's a little bit bigger than that, but that's okay. Whoops. Well, I guess it's gonna be good, because when I make a mess, it's usually good.
It's smelling good down here.
It sure is, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, there's Eric's. It's supposed to be in a smaller pan, so it's not gonna look like much, and that's why I was thinking I probably should have went with the 2 pounds, but it didn't look like much to feed 7 people. And I can usually guesstimate if I could cook with a pound or not. All right, so what you do now is you open up your tater tots. Nope, nope, nope. That's not what you do next. Hold on. Okay, for the non-dairy version is this. I always have something for Eric. Like I said, I have to budget separately for him, but we're talking about a handful of cheese. We're not talking about a main course, because then I would add it in. I'm going to give him a little bit of this Mexican shreds. Okay, so on ours, when I did the intro, sorry, I had this whole bag out just so you have the picture. What I'm actually going to use is the little bit that's in the bottom of this bag, because it really only called for 8 ounces. That's about what's in here. It's about a cup in here. Gotta put that in there like that. And then we're gonna start putting on the tater tots. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your tater tots and you're just gonna do like this. I put them in a bowl because it's easier to grab that way. And do the same thing with Eric's as well. So let me just keep this going. And I'll be back. Okay, here you have it. I even have some left over. I'm kind of trying to squish them in somewhere. Kind of hate to put them back in the freezer with just, you know, a handful, but that's about what I got. I might just make it deep. Or make them on the side, I don't know. I think that's about all I can get in there. It doesn't want, no more wants to be able to fit. All right. Whoa. Trying to get it so I can show you Eric's. Here's Eric's. And of course there's ours. Just came out of the oven. It's bubbling. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw a little bit more cheese on the top there and on the top of Eric's. Put it back in the oven just for that cheese to melt, and then it's eating time. I'm telling you, it's itty bitty. It's fine shreds. It looks like a lot, but it's not. I'm hoping it doesn't just disappear when I put it back in there. All right, so this is going back in the oven, and when that's done melting, it's gonna be eating time. And that's what Eric's, the non-dairy, looks like when it's going back in the oven. All right, here goes Eric's coming out. Yasmin loves that sound. I'm just gonna give you a little bit just for the taste test. Eric's like, hold on now, why you give me so little? Ooh. Ooh, I wish I could get it around. Maybe I can. Look in there. Oh, yummy, yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy.
Woo! It's falling off the spatula. It's nice and juicy under there. You see all that juice? The juice under there, I said. Sorry, Eric. Here's my plate. Oh, you can't see mine like you saw your. Ooh, mine's falling apart. Check out in there. They're not that yummy. I see the mushrooms, the onions. Whoops. Let me get it on my plate before it goes away. All right, let's get to the table and I'll give it a good old taste test and see how we like it. If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Well, hello! We're going to give this a taste test. Now, I forgot I was doing a budget video and slid some corn on the plate, so pretend you didn't see that.
Yeah.
I made a mistake. But we're going to give this. We've never had this. I found it on the internet somewhere, and I put it in a book of things I wanted to try, and today is we're going to try it. All right, I got a little bit of potato. Get some meat with yours.
I'm trying to pick it up. It keeps on falling off.
Pick up the meat first.
There we go.
Sure you can spare the meat? All right, ready, set, go.
Mmm.
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 Wow, I like that.
Mmm.
Tastes like a cheesesteak with tater tots on it.
It's new to me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's just good.
Yeah. To be honest, I think it could use a little bit of ketchup on the potatoes, but that's just me. All right, well, let's get the other. You don't have much to say today? What do you think about it?
It's good. I just don't know how to explain it.
Oh, didn't look too happy. That's what I was asking.
I'm trying to think. What does it taste like?
Well, while you think, I'll get the other kids fed. I'll see you at the wrap up. So, dinner is over. How was it? Just a teeny tiny bit left, and there's already been dibs called on that. So it was pretty good. It did need a little ketchup in my opinion, but everybody else said no. How did Eric do? Every last bit of it. Every stinking drop. That's it. Boop, that's all that's left. So there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment either way. And don't forget, click on my face below so you can become a subscriber. See you later. Bye.